Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just finished watching Chasing Dallas, and girl, I was doing all right until those last, 10 minutes? Girl, that shit took me out, baby. I felt so bad for Ariel. I understood. I mean, I don't know her experience as a trans woman, but I was sitting there crying with her. I felt like I just felt bad. We're gonna talk about that. All right, so they still arguing. George, and hold on, I gotta get my thoughts together, y'all. I literally just stopped watching. I just finished watching the show. I was in my motherfucking bed crying my goddamn contacts out, bitch. All right, y'all, let's get it together. So George and King Kane, are still arguing about the whole George acting like he didn't know who Kane was. Okay, listen. Kane is the one, from what I remember, Kane is the one who initiated the conversation about let's tell each other what we do. So Kane was the one who initiated the conversation, right? But I think what the problem was is when George tried to act like he didn't know what Kane did or the name of his clothing line when you follow him on social media. You followed him. I don't know if you still do. So we'll just say you followed. At one point you followed him on Instagram. So you knew exactly what the fuck King Kang did. So you were trying to shade him, but in the process he exposed you for being a liar. Because you pretty much, in a way, that's a lie. Like, oh, what do you do? Like you don't know. You know what he does. George says in his confessional that, he basically could never be cool with Kane because, they were having a conversation about business. No, y'all were not having a conversation about business. Y'all were not having a conversation about business. Y'all were having a conversation about what people did to make money. What do you have a business? But it was not about business. Woodley, I wanted Wooda, whatever his name is. I wanted him to stand up so bad. Good, I do remember that nigga from the first season. That nigga so goddamn thick and fine. Anyways, girl, they start playing the game. Game night actually looked fun. I'm not gonna lie. It looked like they had fun. The games were very much risque. I thought at one point that they were going to start having. I thought it was going to turn into a little sex party. I saw people kissing. No, let me say, I'm not. You're not putting your tongue in my throat like that. Nope. No. I'm not gonna lie. Rock looked like he can kiss. Rock looked like he can kiss. King Kane and what's his name? What's his name? That's not good, girl. We on the third episode and I don't even know your name, girl. Carrie the singer. They were kissing. They were playing like this banana game, some marshmallow games. It looked fun. It looked like it was a fun game night. But at one point, I really thought about 10 more minutes, bitch. This is gonna turn into a sex party. We know how the gays operate, okay? When Ariel said, "I blame," I heard Reese's voice being very, very deep. When I guess they was part of the game they were playing. I guess pretending that you're gonna climax during sex. I'm not sure, but Reese did sound like a nigga. I was confused too. But Ariel said she blamed Saucy Santana, the bearded lady. Antonio fine. I don't give a fuck how tight his pants are. But Antonio fine. I like the boys who shaped like Antonio and Woodley. Them the boys who shaped like that. Bitch, I would break my neck looking at you. Thick, fine ass. Anyways, Antonio brings up that Premier wasn't that Premier said that he was not affiliated with the Chasing Reality, I guess, brand. Which I don't know how that is a bad thing, because if you ask me, are you affiliated with Chasing Reality, I would say no. So it's not like that. I can see how when somebody says it, how it could come across as shady. But when you really break it down, are you affiliated with Chasing Reality? No. Are you affiliated with Chasing Reality? No. Are you affiliated? You see what I'm saying? So it's really nothing shady. Then he starts to ask, why is Premier there? Antonio, are you the property manager? Girl, is this your place? Because you asking questions like that's your apartment up there. Now, unless this is your party, if the host of the party isn't worried about it, then why are you concerned that Premier is there? Did you and Premier fuck at one point? Because you know the girls, that's how they start acting. You will find out by 5 episodes from now that Premier and Antonio probably sucked each other. Premier, not Premier, Antonio, I just need to know, why were you so concerned about Premier being at a party that you were not hosting, being on a property that does not belong to you? Why were you so pressed? Premier starts to, I guess he heard the conversation that Antonio and, I think it was Dior. Who was it? Well, Antonio and somebody, I thought my refrigerator was still open. What they were having, and so he, of course, went to see about some things, and Premier starts to go off about his shoes with 800. Let me tell you something. I think it is so tired through when people start bragging about you could never commit, or whatever. I don't know what he said. He just said he had $800 shoes, and I thought that was like I think that is the laziest read in America. Like when you start bringing up the price of clothing. Now you can start reading a bitch about credit scores and mortgages. That's what you can read a bitch about. Now, if Premier says some shit like, "Girl, you can never compete with me, bitch. I got a credit score of 815. What's yours?" That's on some real grown ass man shit, some grown people shit. Do you hear me? Mine ain't nowhere near 815. I'm just saying that if you want to read somebody about something, read bitches with credit scores and shit. But read somebody telling somebody, "Oh, they can't compete with you because I got on some $800 shoes." Girl, what? Anybody can, well, not anybody. There are a lot of girls walking around with $800 shoes on. A lot. Like, it's not like that's not something that we can all get or already don't have. But yeah, I think that was tied and through. Girl. So Premier starts going in, and he, does his, the gays, after they think they done got the girls together, they do their infamous 180 turn and start heading out the door. Girl, so Reese G runs after, Premier, and I guess she touches Premier, and Premier says, "Don't touch me," which she had every right to say that, because at the end of the day, at that point, it didn't feel like Premier and Reese G were feeling each other, because Premier made a statement, "I'm not going to be like you and Reese." Now, I don't know what Reese had to do with that, or why he threw Reese inside of the mess. Oh, I think it was because of a text message. I think Reese was the one that said that you shouldn't allow Premier. Somebody said don't allow Premier into your party, because the only thing he's going to do is read your place, basically. But anyway, so Reese chases after or walks behind Premier, and Reese touches Premier, and Premier says, "Don't touch me." So of course I'm with Premier on that one, because if we already having beef, the last thing you need to do is walk up behind me and touch me, because if I just accidentally pull you by that wig and throw your ass over this balcony, then I'm gonna be in prison for 15 to 25 years, because you see what I'm saying? So just leave your hands off people. Girl, when Reese G said, y'all, I guess Reese G must have got on live after that scene and was going off and talking about how y'all want, an interesting season 2 of Chasing Atlanta. Well, we gonna bring it to you. He was like, "Beat you over there doing coke," and girl, a lot of the girl, quiet as it's kept, girl. I'm not trying to be funny, girl, but it might just be a handful of us who don't do that shit, okay? But for the most part, girl, I hear all y'all girls. When I go to the restroom, girl, I be hearing y'all, girl. I be hearing y'all. I ain't judging, bitch, okay? But girl, I go to the restroom, girl. I see about 80 y'all girls walk out one bathroom stall. Girl, I'm sitting there pissing, girl. All I hear is, Girl, everybody ain't. Why y'all all in that one style? Y'all blowing y'all nose? Are y'all blowing y'all nose? Or are y'all doing some blow? Because all I hear is. And me, I'm the messy bitch. I'm the one who's I'm gonna sit there when I come out the stall, and I'm gonna sit there and act like I'm on my cell phone, wash my hands for about 5 minutes, wait for everybody to come out. Because I want to see who just walked out the motherfucking stall. Because I know what y'all hoes was doing. I just want to see who was doing it. That's it. But yeah, Reese saying whoever he was talking about say he was on that coke. He on that sugar booger. And Reese said that I live in a very posh side of town, so they can hear every motherfucking thump I put on your goddamn head. I don't know why that shit tickled me. Oh, child, Reese said I could just take this thing off right here, and I live in a very posh side of town, so they can hear every thump I put on your motherfucking head. I said, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So Woodha meets up with Trey. They talk about he informs Trey about what happened at Martell's game night, and they start talking about dating. And Woodha has someone in mind that he wants Trey to just go out on a date with to see if something could happen. Trey says, asks Woodha, would he be willing to allow him to set him up on a date? But he didn't want to tell him who it was. Well, they were both like, okay, cool. Trey Howard, I liked his confessional. I liked his coat. That coat was cute to me. He had a fashion show. The fashion show looked very, very cute. He made a comment about people being basic in Dallas, and honestly, I can see that. I mean, I don't know that many people that probably in Texas that understand his style. And when he said, because when he was talking, I was like, girl, you need to go to New York. And then he said, maybe people in New York would understand me more. And I was thinking that because even when his last confessional look, I thought he looked a goddamn fool. When he had that corset on with that crop top hoodie on with some white gloves on with a hat in there, I was like, girl, that's a lot. Girl, you got about 4 outfits on. But I thought the fashion show was cute. He did it by himself. He said he's only 22 years old. You can say he's pretty much a baby. But he did the fashion show by himself. It looked very nice. It looked like Dior was running around that bitch. I think Dior was a goddamn hairstylist and a model. Do you hear me? But congratulations to Trey. I think he said that was his first fashion show. But either way, he said he put it together himself. So, girl, that's a lot. Carrie and Martell go out for ice cream. Carrie is even though I barely remember his name, go make sure you download his album. I downloaded it. It's an EP DNA. I haven't listened to the full album, the EP, but I, just skipped through the songs. It sounds like it's very, very cute. Baby, Martell, I do not trust Martell. Well, I guess what it is, Martell and Reese, like I said in my last video, Martell and Reese are frenemies. They are really not friends. Martell damn sure ain't Reese friend. Do you hear me? Martell, and even Carrie said it. Why are you sitting here talking about Reese? Somebody, I guess, who y'all claim are friends. Y'all claim that y'all are friends, even though I don't think y'all are friends. Like I said, I think they are more like Karen and Giselle off of Real Housewives of Potomac. But somebody who you claim that's your friend, and you start asking questions like, so what do you think about Reese, inviting him to and I was with Karen, I would never do that to my sister. Like, girl, I'm not supposed to be asking you, what do you think about and would you invite her? Because honestly, I don't give a fuck. I don't know. It's something about Martell. I don't know if Martell and George are really the same person. They both shady as fuck, but I think Martell may be worse than George. At least with George is funny. Martell is almost one step away from being mean. You see what I'm saying? Like, George is shady, but he's funny sometimes. Martell thinks he's funny, but to me, he's just one step away from being just a mean-ass bitch. Like, damn, you mean. You see what I'm saying? So, we're going to make it through this part, then I'm going to be done. So, they're talking about trans women being murdered. Malaysia Booker was murdered. And then Dior said, I think his gay daughter, Megan, she was putting, I guess, groceries or putting something in her back, in her trunk. And two guys pulled up and basically beat her, threw her in the trunk. And I guess she escaped out of the trunk. Not I guess, she escaped out of the trunk. And I guess when they saw that she escaped, that they tried to shoot her, but the gun was jammed, so they just threw the gun at her, and they drove off. It's sad. It is. It's sad because now I feel like I can have an honest conversation because I know this is a gay show. And I know that straight women watch my channel, of course. Women watch I ain't gonna say straight women. I mean, not straight women. I know women watch my show. Watch my show. I know women watch my channel. But because this is a gay show, the reality show, is a gay reality show. I was once one of those gays years ago who did not understand trans. I did not get it. However, I was never disrespectful and I was never mean. I was one of those gays, I would talk about you when you walked out. But if you walked in, I would be like, hey, how you doing? You see what I'm saying? I was one of those. I was. Not no more. I have completely changed. But once upon a time, I was one of those gays. Hell, I didn't even too much like my damn self. So I damn sure couldn't get with the other gays or the trans girls or the trans boys or the lesbians. I told y'all one of my best friends, so I found out she was a lesbian. I tried my hardest to stop being. We were in the process of building a friendship, and I didn't know she was a lesbian. She was fish. She was film, and I didn't know. And then when she told me she was a lesbian, if I tried to end that friendship at that moment, and girl, she would not stop being my friend. Girl, 20 years later, bitch. Oh, but anyways, well, our friendship has drifted apart, but not because of, we just hate each other. You just kind of like drift apart, but we still keep in contact, through Instagram and all that stuff. But anyway, so I think there's so much division within the community. You have the gays who look down on the trans. You have the blacks and the whites. You see what I'm saying? It's so much like sometimes people think that the world only consists of black and white people. And then when you start to look at all these groups of people and then you start to peel back those layers, you start to realize that every group has their own problems. So even though, we have this community, the LGBTQ community, we still have our own shit within our community, right? And I just don't understand how in 2020, and maybe people are still growing, maybe people are still evolving, because everybody doesn't grow at the same time, everybody does not evolve at the same time. So maybe that's part of the reason too. But then I always, how is it in 2020, when things are so visible, that you can still be within a community and treat people within your community like bullshit? It's one thing for you just not to get something, for you not to understand something, but to be just so disrespectful. Because like I said, I was never a disrespectful person. I didn't get it. I would talk about it. but I was never disrespectful. But you have those gays out there who look at other trans women like, and it's like, girl, why? Because when you really break it down, bitch, them niggas out there, them people out there who don't like us, bitch, they think we all faggots and punks. And that's just true tea. That's just true tea. And Reese G made a good ass point when he was talking about the OnlyFans. You literally have people out there who will look down on a trans woman for doing sex work, but then they will praise the girls on Instagram who got 10,000 followers or 15,000 followers. They got an OnlyFans page and they selling monthly subscriptions for $5.99 or $9.99 or $15.99. But you give these motherfuckers a pass because they got a six-pack and a big ass. And they on here fucking niggas raw left and right, okay? But then you'll look at the trans woman who doing sex work to get by like she just the scum of the fucking earth. But these white boys and black boys and Hispanic boys, all these boys on OnlyFans, bitch, all of them porn stars, and bitch, y'all ain't nothing wrong. Bitch, they bartenders at night and porn stars from 3 to 5 in the morning. It just ain't right. It just ain't right. And then when you start to look at the thing, like, I don't understand, and I've said this before. I've said this in my other videos where I'm over it. I'm over the whole hashtag Black Lives Matter. That shit is not for us, even though it was created by some lesbians. The straight black people hijacked the shit and took over. When trans women and trans men and gays and lesbians and the community they're being beaten and killed, you won't never hear nothing from a motherfucking straight person. I'm not saying all of y'all. You know who you are if you support. We also know who you are for the ones who don't. We don't hear a peep out them hoes. Let Tyrone get shot by the cops. We ain't got to know what happened. We don't know what happened. All we know is that Tyrone just got shot by the cops. So everybody about to get online and act the goddamn fool and act crazy. We don't know what happened. But let a trans woman get murdered. The first thing people gonna say is she tricked him. I don't understand how you can give Tyrone and Pookie and Keisha and everybody else the benefit of the doubt when they get shot, but then when, you know, the T.S. Madisons of the world get shot, all of a sudden it's, oh, well, you know he tricked him. Bitch, what? Bitch, what? Ain't nobody tricking nobody. Ain't nobody tricking nobody. I done told y'all. Yes, I have been told stories of in the past from trans women who said that, oh, you know, I would trick the niggas. Let me just tell y'all something. Ain't nobody tricking nobody, okay? Ain't nobody tricking nobody. These niggas know exactly who the fuck you are. You see what I'm saying? And I'm trying to be as sensitive when I say what I'm about to say, but let's just keep it real. A lot of the girls are not walking around here looking like a Maya Scott. You see what I'm saying? There are a lot of girls that are not passable, and that's no tea, no shade. I'm not being funny. There are a lot of girls that are not passable. There are a lot that are. There are a lot of girls there are some girls who have probably had bottom surgery. There are a hell of a lot that have not. So you're not going to get me to believe that a nigga was rolling around in a bed with a woman with a dick and he didn't know her motherfucking teeth. You ain't going to get me to believe it. You ain't going to get me to believe it. Bitches just started being able to get their goddamn face, get surgery done to their face to feminize their, is it feminize? Feminization. Is it feminization surgery? Y'all get what I'm trying to say. Bitch, my heart beating fast. I remember at one point, like, you knew who was transgender. Like, they were a little strong in the face. They was a little strong in the face. You know what I'm saying? But you knew. You wasn't going to just say, you know, you a man. No. You kind of just knew. You kept it moving. You went about your business. But for y'all, for one thing I hate is, especially for straight people, I hear this a lot coming from straight people. Oh, she tricked him. Didn't nobody trick no motherfucking body. He's mad. He's angry because he doesn't understand why he's sexually attracted to someone who has breasts on their chest and possibly a dick between their legs. He's upset. He doesn't understand why. Now I'm questioning now he's questioning his sexuality, because how is it that I looked at this woman and then I find out that this woman was born a man? Now, oh, you tricked me. I didn't trick you. Nigga, you walked up to me. And that's why I've had this conversation with straight people at my job before. Like, I'm not trying to tell trans people what to do. I guess in a way I kind of am. Stop telling these motherfuckers y'all business from the rip. If a motherfucker walk up to you at the bar or at the club and want to talk to you, get the nigga number, tell the nigga your tea when you get home. Don't tell these niggas y'all tea out in public, because these niggas are crazy. They will swear up and down that y'all tricked them, and bitch, you could have been at the bar with your friends having a drink. This nigga walking to you, hey baby, what's up, blah, blah, blah. What's your number? Oh, what's your name? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm a trans woman. What? So now you walk into your motherfucking car, a car full of niggas walk by and hop out and beat your motherfucking ass. No, no, no. You text him later, hey, I got something to tell you. And if I see you again, I see you again. If I don't, I don't. Y'all need to start carrying shit on y'all. Bitch, if you can get a registered gun, go get you one. Bitch, get you a blade. Bitch, half of the punks in the club got blades in they goddamn pockets. Okay? Get you a blade. Get you some mace. Y'all need to protect yourself. These niggas are crazy. And black people don't have our back. And that's just true tea. That's just true motherfucking tea. When have you ever seen a trans woman get murdered, a gay get beaten, or murdered, or a trans man, or a lesbian, whomever it may be? When have you ever seen somebody from the LGBTQ community get murdered and you see black people on social media going crazy talking about hashtag Black Lives Matter? I have not seen it. You might see a couple. Because I know some straight people. I know straight women who have done that. But when I say you don't see it, you don't see it, but you might see 10. Okay? It's not going to be the same response that if Tyrone got shot by the cops, or if Tyrone got shot by some white man through a neighborhood. It's not going to be the same response that they will get. We're not going to get that. They going to say, oh, man, that dude, man, Rodney must have been checking that dude out. Rodney must have grabbed that nigga dick. He must have grabbed his ass, because ain't no way that nigga just beat his ass. Ariel must have tricked him. Ain't no way. She tricked that man. I'm done. So when Ariel was going off talking about saying how she felt, I felt Ariel. I felt every fucking word she said, because the truth of the matter is, this is what straight people do all the time. And I have said this before. Y'all will say or come up with some rationale about, oh, you can't compare gay to being black. And it's not necessarily even a comparison. I'm trying to get some of y'all ignorant asses to understand that the same way you don't want to be mistreated, the same way that you claim that white people treat niggas is the same way that we say y'all treat us. But you don't want to see it because you feel in your head somehow and people in my comments have said this, it's not the same because you can't choose to be black. People don't know that you're gay when they look at you. Well, that's a fucking lie, because there are a lot of punks out there who people can look at them and say, oh, he a punk. So that's not true. So the simple fact that you're even sitting here trying to make excuses for gays or trans or lesbians being beaten or killed because, oh, they not black. Well, bitch, some of us are black, and some of us are gay, and some of us are black and lesbian, and black and trans. So what the fuck is your excuse now? Because at first, it was, you can't compare because it's not the same. You can't compare because I can't control the color of my skin. Bitch, you think this is a motherfucking tan? My whole thing is this. If you don't fuck with gay people, if you don't fuck with the community, just don't fuck with us. If you want to be ignorant the rest of your life, be ignorant the rest of your life. But I'm telling you that you sound like a motherfucking fool when you basically say, because what I get when I go through your shit and I read what you're saying, what you basically saying is, I don't give a damn how people treat you because you gay, but you shouldn't treat me like shit because I'm black. I'm done. I don't even talk about this shit no more. Bye, y'all.